My teeth look okay?
Very pretty.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Bill, and this is Trying to Stand, where I try new things in pop culture because I've been living under a rock. This week we're going to be checking out more songs from Yungblud. A lot of people liked the first video I did. I really liked his stuff. Everyone was giving me suggestions, so we took the most suggested songs and made a second playlist for you guys. Thank you to everyone who's been watching, liking, subbing, supporting. I really appreciate you guys, especially now that I know how intense his subject material can be. Thanks for allowing me to talk on those things and making me feel safe and supported when hitting on harder subjects. I don't think I found just the intense songs. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a continuing theme here. That being said, let's start with the most suggested song from you guys. You've waited long enough. Polygraph Eyes. It's a response to Ocean Eyes. These eyes, much like my hips, do not lie. This song's probably going to really upset me, and I'm going to regret these jokes later when I'm editing. Sorry, Bill. Alright. Everyone doing okay?
Too many blokes are getting heavy when a girl looks unsteady.
Oh,
Bit of fun turns to regret. Leave it alone, mate. She doesn't want to go home with you.
f***ing hell. Good for you, sir. Good for you, Mr. Blood.
She had a boyfriend in his mind. She was a slack. Just don't leave me here. You're the one I love. But you hear what you want when she can't even talk.
Hell.
She can't even run. Just leave it alone, mate. She can't even walk. She's so you hear what you want when she can't even talk.
I have nothing but respect and love for you and this message and this song. Like, goddamn. That's so important, and it kills me to be hearing a song this direct about something this important and this real in 2020. The video dropped in March of 2018. Why isn't the song 1,000 years old? Like, hell. The music wasn't intense. The vocals weren't going crazy because dude's got amazing vocal ability. He knew this song wasn't about him. This was to drive a message home for people who need to hear it, both as a lesson and both as someone who has experienced it. That's really important, and it makes me angry that somehow this song has eluded me for over 2 years. It's not even aggression towards the guy in the story or the guys that this is a message to. Like someone sitting you down and just explaining to you the reality of hookup culture in that kind of situation. It's not even like, you, leave her alone. It's just leave her alone, man. Leave her alone. Like getting someone up just so you can hook up can ruin someone's life, their relationship, their self-esteem, their headspace, their self-worth. It can really with somebody. Steadfast, clear, and factual. This was handled with the gravity that he knows this kind of message needs to be handled with. That it was just there. Like, it makes me happy that this has over 4 million views. This is someone who understands and listens. This is then someone taking in that information, doing your due diligence as a human being, and listening and understanding and acknowledging, and then moving forward and sending through this message to others. Jesus Christ. I loved that a lot. I have nothing to say. I don't need to look up the lyrics. Again, like, the music didn't get to the point where I'm like, oh, I don't think I heard that lyric properly, or oh man, like, now he's singing really high or rapping really fast. Like, I need the lyrics to keep up. That was just calm, concise, direct. Someone sitting you down to have a conversation about opening your mind to the greater scheme of thinking when considering trying to pick up people, regardless of gender, people at bars and clubs. I have nothing else to say. That was brilliant in every sense of the word. That was not the right starter for a video, but good God, I'm glad that's so early in the video. Good luck getting only 6 minutes into the video and then shaking that message and vibe from your mind. Whew, okay. In hell, I love this guy. I'm seeing him live the first chance I get. And next we have, I almost said Antichrist. Next we have Anarchist. I feel like after being hand-delivered so much pain and heartache, I feel like I need to emotionally thrash about a little bit. So come on, Yungblud. Help me out, Mr. Blood, please. I keep wanting to say Antichrist. Anarchist.
Locked me in a room since I was young. I'm employee of the month at a Ritalin club.
Damn.
I don't know where I am, I don't know where I am.
Whew, sir. Damn it, I love his voice a lot.
They said I'm an anarchist, I'm an anarchist.
Oh, crap. I have a thought. I'm too scared to be wrong, but it feels like the song has ADHD too. Or like energy spikes, or it's so sporadic, but it started acoustic. Okay. I really like his voice, but the star of that to me was the music. I thought that was gonna start acoustic, maybe a little softer, a little lighter. The drum beat starts to kick in and the music starts to overlap. There was something about starting in one place and then instantly switching and then having the anarchist and then the la da 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 da's, like having so much of that word worky onomatopoeia, like it's almost like your physical energy isn't at the same pace as your mental energy, and it kept switching both vibes and rhythms. Like the song had trouble understanding its own energy levels, catching up with its own thoughts. I really liked that because the story of the song, it's someone who is disadvantaged but like so matter of fact about it. Employee of the month at a Ritalin club, or someone who's following the directions on the pill bottle, you know, doing everything they're supposed to be doing. They don't know where I am. I don't know where I am. I don't know where I am. Like it starts with, you know, oh, they can't control me. They don't know what's going on. But the repeated thought here is, I can't control it. I don't know what's going on. It feels like someone who's misunderstood because it's just, they said I'm an anarchist. Like he doesn't say like, and it's because I'm an anarchist. It's, they said I'm an anarchist, not like the other kids. And I think it's about just being misunderstood and frustrated. Well, I listened to everything you wanted. I took my pills all the time. Employee of the month at a Ritalin club. Like I kept listening to you and you kept dismissing me, so now I'm gonna do my own thing. Like I'm going to listen to myself, because what's the point of listening to you and then being dismissed by you at the same time? No one knowing what's really going on. Parents, a teacher, a guardian, and then also the person themselves, not like the other kids. Either that's telling you of the age that he's in, or it's just the dismissive notion of, oh, well, you're just a kid. Either way, these voices, that POV sees him as someone young. It's like you just want to take back control of your body chemistry and your life, because, well, if you're not making anyone happy and people are dismissing you, well, you might as well do what you feel is best for your body. The people in this situation don't have his best interests at heart, or don't have a firm understanding enough, and the results aren't kicking in for anyone. It's interesting in the sense that it's so fascinating, his relationship with his adolescence and then also with medication, because yeah, I remember I was on an antidepressant when I was young, and I remember telling my parents that like I don't think it's working, and yeah, turns out I had sleep apnea. It was a whole other thing. Tonsils and adenoids are out, you know, health insurance, flex, privilege. It's not even like, attention all kids, pour out your pills. It's like, hey, like, how is this making you feel? It's your body, it's your brain. Like encouraging people to take ownership of their voice, to do what he did in an aggressive way, or what I did in such a passive way of, hey, I don't think this is working. Like if you don't feel like it's working, say something. Like take ownership of your body chemistry. Not a lot of metaphor there, which is fine. I'm very okay with that. It just makes my job a lot easier on this end. And this one's gonna get me in trouble when I type it into the tags and the YouTube algorithms. Next we have machine gun. F the NRA. Thanks, Mr. Blood. I'm counting on you guys to share this out of this, because YouTube will not. I already have to bleep the out of this video when I do Yungblud anyway, so come on guys, like the algorithm's gotta kick in with me. Y'all weren't watching my Yungblud video #1 for a good couple weeks, and it's because YouTube was like, maybe it's a yellow. I love YouTube, thanks for the platform, but let's just call it what it is. These are intense tags to be putting in the video. F it, I want to listen to some good so let's do this.
Turns out I'm not okay.
Trust me.
When I see my machine gun, that I bought for fun. My new machine gun.
Oh,
You better fucking run.
Oh, I don't have the energy to be so excited about his amazing voice when gets that real, but good for you, dude. Holy shit. I feel like when he has such a intense, direct, sit-down kind of moment, like he really lets the music take a back seat so you can hear the words, or in this case, I feel like it's not even the words so much as the energy with the words. Because the wanna see my machine gun, like even just how I said it, like I feel like that's close to how the rhythm was. Wanna see my machine gun, wanna see my machine gun. It just feels almost excited, like someone, this person, like they say at the beginning, like, oh, they analyzed my mental state, they looked inside my brain, turns out I'm not okay, but then here he is purchasing a weapon for fun. I literally bought this for fun. It's both the aggression of a threat and the adrenaline of someone who doesn't understand what they have in their hands. I would even argue it's not even about like kids can buy guns. It even sounds like this gun was purchased by someone in the house, a parent or whatever, like recreationally, like because there's no hunting or protection purposes, it's just there to have it. Because it wasn't want to see my handgun or even want to see my shotgun, like a machine gun. Like it's such an excessive thing, at least in my opinion. I don't know anything about guns. I've never owned a gun. Boy Scouts is the extent of my gun knowledge. Since it's called the NRA, in parentheses, that's a very constant point that's made there against the NRA is the type of guns that are being sold to civilians. So yeah, a machine gun bought for fun, a recreational weapon. I'm just wired up that way, and if you're not watching me. This person's not being properly monitored, they're not being taken care of properly, they're not considering keeping the recreational machine gun out of reach or in a better spot, or not even in the home at all. I drank bleach around 10 to 2, so casual. Further addressing the negative mental headspace that this person is in, and that was announced at the beginning of the song, and it's not being reevaluated. There's not a portion of the song where it's like, oh, well, my therapist says, or oh, well, the pills I'll take, or my prescription drugs, like we're not even hitting on those. And I feel like that's the point, is like, oh, this is going unchecked, unwatched, as opposed to really looking into this or really helping people get what they need, therapy, or putting them in an environment where they don't have access to these things, or at least controlling and limiting the access at least to a point. Being so casual about their suicide attempts and self-harm that it really illustrates the dark place that they're in, and it being a constant for them. After telling people to run so much, it then ends with Mom, can you see my machine gun? Which I think either runs into not only shootings at school, like even at home, like a cry for help or a threat. Either way, very disturbing, very intense. And again, he's just so unyielding with these messages. And it kills me how like catchy and how much this song like really bops. And like I can't help but partially like kind of moving to the beat a little bit, but I'm also like, I don't know. I don't think I'm reading too much into it. It's literally parentheses, the NRA. I feel like he's very clear, unapologetic, and unyielding on the points that he wants to address in his work. Like, it's insanely important, and I applaud you for it. It just breaks my heart that, like, it's not shocking that you see this happening. It's shocking that there's music about it now. Does that make sense? It's not, oh, guns and children, what are you talking about? This has gotten to the point where we have actual songs being written about this. Sorry, I've done 3 live streams and a Q&A video, and no one asked me for my opinion on politics, so I'm sorry if this is getting a little political. But yeah, we need to be talking about that shit. Again, good for you, Mr. Blood. Good for you. I know that's not his real name, but the joke makes me feel better, so let me have this. All right, next we have Brain Dead, an exclamation point. Another lyric video, which is a bummer. I like seeing his face. I like seeing his visuals. He has a really good content. Brain Dead! Ooh. Okay. This sounds like the opening of like a TV show. Yeah. I'm just a kid with a cold pretending it's a fever. Oh shit. Woo, sir! The more you start to hear the song, Denial of Feelings, speaking on like brain chemistry and emotions and handling them, it then started to make me think like synapses in your brain. It's almost like that ignorance is bliss kind of a feeling. Instead of wanting to be cognizant of everything, feel every feeling, look at and examine every avenue, like sometimes you just, it's a lot. I'm just a kid with a cold pretending it's a fever. Just wanting to downplay everything and play dumb or choose ignorance after cracking open Pandora's box and just realizing this about yourself. It's a very relatable feeling. Here's the part that interests me. If I can't speak about the things that make me sad, then I'm weak, but I'm not strong either. It's like, well, it's like that damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you're gonna push all these emotions and feelings down, then I might as well just be brain dead. Like if I have to downplay everything, then I just want to be brain dead. It almost feels defeated at the end, ending on the chorus fading out like that. It's like an ongoing thing. Like there's no solution there yet. Like everyone's at ends. Adjusting the lighting so I can't see the scars on your face. Like if you're gonna sit there and be so destroyed from not handling your stuff, and you're gonna expect me to sit here and not handle my stuff either, like you didn't talk about it so I can't talk about it, and it's gonna keep going if we keep doing it like this. Emphasizing, I feel like, on the cycle in front of us. It's, again, well done, not wrong, just upsetting. Well, that's how I dealt with it. Like, that's not an answer. So then the song doesn't really have an ending. Damn it, I like his music. Like, I really like talking about his stuff. It's so interesting, but then it's so devastating. Ugh. And we're closing out the night with Psychotic Kids. Band name, called it. Is it rude to say that I'm kind of excited? It's just weird to be excited when I know it's gonna probably wreck me. Is it masochism? Is it musical masochism? Never mind, that's my band name. Called it, dibs. All right, I don't wanna be doing a trying to stand musical masochism in like 5 years, all right? That's mine. I tell jokes because I'm getting upset. Oh, sh**.
And they can't fight or unjust the arrest. Anybody for the color of their body.
Yeah. Ah! Oh, sh**. Fucking Brainiac Dr. X vibe. But then that high note, but oh shit. Ah, sorry. Needles in the brain. Jesus Christ. Oh, damn, and it slaps. F you, dude, you're amazing. Oh, my tummy hurts. Oh, we're still going. Okay. Sorry, Mr. Blake, continue. Oh, Okay, yeah. The two big thoughts that are coming to my mind right now before I forget them when I ramble. One, I found it really interesting that while he's going through like brain surgery and like getting vodka poured all over him and he's in chains, he's behind bars, he's playing with his brain like a yo-yo, nothing. All differently lit than when he put on lipstick, the light started to flash and it made me think paparazzi's. Like, I really liked that because it's like, yeah, we're focusing on trivial, inconsequential things. And it's like, that's what's important to them is like, boys don't wear makeup, boys don't wear lipstick. I found that really interesting where it's like, oh, the drugs might not be working, the surgeries may not be working, something's wrong and we're not taking the proper methods. We're not 100% on top of what the solutions are and things might not be working, but oh, they're gonna care that you stick to your gender norms over caring about your medical and mental and emotional health. That's the kind of vibe I got. I might be reading a lot into that. Second thought, I really liked that at the end we kind of had that Lebowski moment where he's just chilling there smoking while like it plays like a ukulele, mandolin-y kind of tropical like bring bring kind of a thing towards the end. Almost like it was all lobotomized out of him. Yeah, it looks like he has a head bandage on, sitting there like, oh, and there you go. But then, yeah, then the bigger picture of, I envision, like, I want a world where there's no more suffering, people aren't getting arrested just for the color of their skin, but then it instantly kicks straight from that into psychotic kids, they don't know what they want. We just got to keep control of them. By disannouncing our youth, we're in a sense halting progression. There's an evolution to everything, and I feel like there's also an evolution to social mindset. By trying to silence, hinder, or halt the youth and like, no, that's not how things work. you're just a kid, what do you know? It's like we're stopping that evolution and that progression. It's such a accurate but distressing thing to be pointing out in music, but it's so necessary. But you know what I mean? Like, you have to acknowledge and formulate the future. It has to start at some point, but by just breaking them down and belittling them and denouncing them altogether or dismissing them altogether, you're denying a new worldview. You're potentially stopping progress. And the song slaps. That song had no business being that good with such a prominent message, but me, it really was. Hitting on like, oh, depression is psychosis to the old way of thinking. They're still teenagers. There's children of adults who think that there's no such thing as depression or mental health. And yeah, it's going to just make things worse. It doesn't just make it go away because you say there's no such thing. Again, I don't know what it's like to be a teenager in the 2010s. I don't know what it's like to be a parent. That's just what I'm getting from the song, and I agree. It's like saying you don't believe in divorce. That doesn't mean my parents suddenly didn't get a divorce. It's fine. It's just something that was actually said to me once, and it's bothered me my whole life. It kind of runs for me along those lines of like, oh, well, that's not how that works. Watch me. Like, are you sure? But now it's mental health. It's like very visceral, intense things that people need to be more aware of. Maybe they need someone to reach out to them. Maybe they need, therapy or help or treatment or even just advice or someone to talk to. But like, if you keep dismissing it and, oh, you're just crazy. Oh, you're a psychotic kid. Like, why do you want to go turn back time? Like, why do you want to digress, devolve, to stop progression and awareness? My mom thinks I'm on heroin and my dad just thinks I'm gone. They don't understand, nor do they want to understand what's going on. Ignoring it, it's just gonna possibly make things harder or worse later on. I love that song. Dude does not disappoint. And I feel like even it's still relevant now, but it's not like, oh, it's so old that like, oh man, we had a different understanding. I hope it's not as relevant now, but I feel like it is. Like, it's still hard. Even, like, I won't speak for other people. Let me just speak for me. Like, taking a mental health break to process and focus on everything that's affected me in the last couple months. That was really hard for me to do. And there are older people in my life who also don't acknowledge or grant that. Why would you be upset? You have no reason to be upset. When I lost the most important person in my life and watched him die. It breaks my heart to say it, man, but like, Yungblud is even relevant to me now. And I'm almost 28 years old. But like, thank you. I'm not grateful for the feeling, but I'm grateful for the understanding from somebody else. This is a song I unfortunately need right now. I feel like a lot of people do too. Like, it's so validating. It's like, no, you're not crazy. Don't let them call you crazy. It's something else. It's a lack of openness on the other person's part, whether it's your parent, a friend, or a loved one, or a coworker, or whatever your relationship is to the person who's dismissing your mental health or your emotional duress, whatever's not working for you right now, mentally or emotionally, like, they just haven't caught up yet. But it's not even like let's reassure and hug about it. It's still that adrenaline and that energy of, we still need to do something about it, but hey man, you're not crazy. Like, just grabbing you by the shoulders, just like, look at me, you're not crazy. You're allowed to feel this way. You're allowed to be worried about this or scared or hurt. You're allowed to feel these things. You're not crazy for being upset. One hand trying to like help you and stabilize you, and with the other hand trying to be like, someone fix this shit. Again, heartbreaking and necessary, and heartbreaking that it's necessary. This music slaps too. I love Yungblud. What's his name? Dominic? Everyone keeps saying like something with a D. I think it's Dom. I really want to see him live. Are there really big like live clips of him that you want me to check out, or interviews? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like the video if you did. Subscribe if you want more. Thank you so much everybody who's introduced Yungblud into my life. Kind of ending the video here because I kind of need to lay down. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you for introducing me to his music. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please, I'm sure as we've been talking about this, I've had hotlines pop up. I'll have them in the description too. Please know your resources. Should you or anyone you know might need them. Take care of yourselves, please.